It's hard to believe that Final Fantasy XVI is only 6 months away, with the game launching on June 22nd, 2023. Despite this, there is still so much we don't know about FF16. In fact, this is the closest we've ever been to a Final Fantasy launch, and still had so many burning questions. All of those questions will be answered in the coming weeks to months, and you'll want to hit the subscribe button so you can get those answers the moment they drop. But today we learn more about what the future has in store for Final Fantasy XVI, and one of those things being the graphics. The graphics have sort of been a controversial topic. When the game was first revealed, many people said that they didn't feel like it held up to the standard of what they imagined a next-gen game being. And let's be honest, not even many PS5 exclusive games look as good as cross-gen games like Horizon Forbidden West. With that being said, Final Fantasy XVI has pushed better and better graphics with each trailer. With us pushing toward the master build of the game, I imagine it's only going to look better from here. This translation comes via Genki on Twitter. Please go ahead and give Genki a follow. With YoshiP saying, quote, "It's all real-time rendering, no loading. It's become a game that is like, look at the power of the PS5. This is particularly impressive when you consider the massive war scene that takes place. What looks like hundreds of soldiers on the field fighting is actually being done in real time, with no CG. It's impressive to see a mainline Final Fantasy game come out the gate so hard with real-time rendering, especially from a company who has used CGI to create pseudo-gameplay, when the games were shown off too early to show off any real gameplay or real-time rendering. So to know that pretty much everything that we've looked at so far is real-time graphics is actually a huge landmark for Square Enix. The fact that the game has no load times is also something that is hugely impressive. Being able to explore Valistia seamlessly is going to be an incredible experience. YoshiP has also said his ambitions for the year 2023. This also comes via Genki. Be sure to check out Genki's Twitter with a link in the description below, as well as the on screen. With YoshiP saying, quote, "With this 2023 keyword being learning from the past," saying, quote, "As the person in charge of 2 titles in the FF series, I would like this to be the year in which I learn from the past of the series and deliver new game and story experiences." Then following up with his 2023 ambition. "Above all, I want Final Fantasy XVI, the latest title in the series, to be released safely for all gamers and fans to enjoy. Also, it is the 10th anniversary of Final Fantasy XIV. Both titles will be running at full throttle, like every year." His statement about learning from the past is definitely intriguing to me. In previous interviews, he's mentioned the launch dates of Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 and Final Fantasy XV, and how YoshiP felt the launch dates of those games actually hurt the Final Fantasy brand. Despite their incredibly shaky launches, 14 and 15 would eventually work themselves out and go on to be huge financial successes. In 14's case, not before a huge amount of turmoil and basically remaking the entire game. It's been a very common reoccurring theme for YoshiP for Final Fantasy XVI to come out of the gate day one, feeling like a complete, functional, stable game. Now with that all being said, there may be some Xbox fans wondering when they can get their hands on the game. According to the recent investigation of Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, you'll be able to play Final Fantasy XVI when it launches on February 30th, alongside Final Fantasy VII Remake for Xbox. It's been explicitly confirmed that Sony is signing Xbox exclusionary contracts, meaning that these games are likely locked out of ever coming to Xbox. It's unknown at what point these contracts will ever expire, but for the near future, don't expect Final Fantasy VII Remake or Final Fantasy XVI to come to Xbox. You will need a PlayStation 5 if you are hoping to play these games, and if you can't find a PlayStation 5, you can wait a little bit longer for these games to come to PC. But if you want to play these games day one, unfortunately, there is only one place to do it. Shout out to patron Twilight Princess and the rest of the Ultima community.